this video, we're going to see how we create work orders with outside processing. Outside processing is an external process or service performed by someone or a vendor outside of your company. For example, if you maneuver items which have chrome parts on them, but your company does not have a mutual chrome facility, then you would need to send a raw material to an outside vendor who has the chrome material for you. Before proceeding to creating work orders with outside processing, you need to do some setup activities in the system. First, you need to set up your warehouse. So this warehouse is going to be the destination warehouse where you will send outside your company, where you will have your part made or prepared for you by the vendor. Once you have created this warehouse, you may need to add this warehouse to your work order processing preference screen. To be able to add a warehouse, you navigate to the work order processing preferences screen. Then you select the warehouse receipt location for outside processing checkbox and specify your outside warehouse in the outside warehouse field. Click Save to save these records. Navigate your routing screen to make the necessary changes for your routing. In this case, we will use our prod routing for our work order. As you can see, this routing consists of 3 steps. One of these steps has to be in outside processing. In this case, the second step is our outside processing. To identify this step as an outside processing step, you will select the outside processing checkbox. You will need to specify a vendor. Save before navigating to the work order screen. You need to specify this outside processing warehouse for your vendor. Find your vendor and click Save. You can now create your work order according to predefined kit specification. On the work order screen, click plus. Select your manufacturing item. Once selected, the other fields are populated with the necessary information. So here you have your revision and here you have your routing. Click Save, Generate MFG Transaction. In this case, we're going to make 2 of this item, and click OK. So, the operation is completed and your MFG transactions are created. So let us now navigate to the MFG transactions. As you remember, according to our routing, we have 3 steps here, the second of which is outside processed. Your components are loaded into the MFG transaction. So whenever your MFG transaction is outside processed, you have an outside tab added to your grid. Once you click on it, you will see that here you have 2 transactions generated for outside processes. The first one you need to generate is a sales order, and the second one you need to generate is a purchase order. You need to have all of these transactions released before moving on to releasing the whole document. So we will start with releasing the sales order. Your destination warehouse is specified the outside processing warehouse, and you have the line added to the transfer tab. Create a shipment. You need to have the shipment confirmed. Run the update in action to have your shipment completed. Navigate to the purchase receipt form. Create a purchase receipt. It should be a transfer type. Specify the outside warehouse and add the transfer. The line is added to your purchase receipt. Click Save and process the purchase receipt and release it. Now it's time to move to the last step of your outside processing, and that is releasing the purchase order. You have your purchase order. Notice that the purchase order is created for a non-stock item. For the non-stock line, you can change the order quantity, order cost, and once you have done that, you will release the purchase order. If you don't release it, then your system will not let you proceed with other steps of the work order. Enter the purchase order receipt and the system redirects it to the purchase receipt screen. You just need to release it. Identify your vendor's reference number, save it, and release it. Here, the operation is completed. Now you can navigate back to your MFG transaction screen and release the documents. Click Release and your steps become closed.